need me as well. Side by side to end this war. Before it ever begins.
So, I wake up in my younger body, and then what?
Find me. Convince me of all.
X-Men Days of Future Past is the X-Men movie that united the first class X-Men cast and the original X-Men cast. This movie, I really enjoy this movie. This is my second favorite X-Men movie of all time. This movie does so much well. This movie is a time traveling movie, which usually can be very hard to do because you can run into a lot of continuity problems. But this movie does it well. It does time travel right. Now, this movie, the future is all messed up. This is after X-Men The Last Stand, after the Wolverine. And they need to send Wolverine back in time to stop Bolivar Trask from getting Mystique's DNA and creating the Sentinels and destroying mutant kind. This movie does a really good job of portraying the whole stakes of what is at stake in the movie. It does a really good job of showing that the heroes might not make it, and through the most of the movie, there's some times when you don't think they'll make it because everything Wolverine's doing in the past isn't getting through to the press Xavier that we meet. This is a very different Xavier that we have seen in any movie yet to this date. And it was really hard to see it because, we see Professor X as this noble, wise leader. And in the past, in this movie, he's not. And it's such a different angle and such an interesting angle to see that I love it. One of the things I want to touch on is the scene when Logan, Professor X, and Magneto, in the past, they're in the airplane. Professor X and Magneto are playing chess, and they're talking. And then Xavier begins to kind of, pin everything that's happening in the past, again, at Magneto, saying it's all his fault because of what he did in first class, and how he should to blame him for everything. And one of the things that Magneto reacts with is that he begins to crush the airplane, slowly begins to crushing it and starts tilting it for it to crash. And then he begins to tell him, no, you left us, you betrayed mutant kind, you left the kids behind, and he's talking about the X-Men from first class, how when Xavier got paralyzed and he became depressed, he left the mutants, the X-Men, he left them behind. He stopped caring about them. He only cared about himself. And that's why a lot of the X-Men from first class are dead. They did a really good job portraying that and portraying the fact that Professor X isn't this clean-cut guy. He has mistakes. He has fallen before, and he has been lower than himself before. Another great thing about this movie is Quicksilver. Quicksilver, when I first saw his look, I wasn't a big fan of it. I thought it looked really off. I thought it looked stupid. I thought he looked really horrible. But then I saw the movie, and I saw the context of what his look was supposed to be, and I realized that it fit the movie. It fit perfectly, and Quicksilver became a real standout of this movie. One of the other things that is really cool about this movie is when Professor X from the future, Patrick Stewart, and from the past, James McAvoy, meets. Everything that Wolverine's doing is not working. Everything that he's doing is just failing. And then Professor X from the past talks to the Professor X from the future, and that's what sets him on his path. Hope. That scene where they're both actually talking, it gives me chills. I love that scene so much. I just love that scene. And then that sets down the path. And another one of the best scenes is that concurrently, while everything's happening in the future, all the X-Men from the future are getting killed. The Sentinels are getting to Kitty Pryde to kill her and to kill pretty much the whole plan of saving the future, saving the past. And then concurrently, in the past, Mystique, she's pointing the gun at Bolivar Trask. If she kills, no, not Bolivar Trask, excuse me, the president. And if she kills him, well, then the Sentinel program will go through. She knows what's happening. And again, this is an amazing performance by Jennifer Lawrence. And Magneto is there trying to make her do it. She has the dark side there, and then Professor X is there. He's trying to stop her. He's holding her back, but then he decides, you know what? I'm gonna let her choose for herself if she wants to kill him or not. She knows the consequences in the future, and it turns out she doesn't. She doesn't do it. Guys, I love X-Men Days of Future Past. It is my second favorite X-Men movie. It erased Origins and The Last Stand from continuity, and it gave us a new look at this more serious and a more well-adapted X-Men franchise. And I love, like I said, I love the original cast. The original cast, they all fit their roles perfectly in this movie. But I also love the new cast, and I think I'm starting to love the new cast a little bit more. Hugh Jackman delivers way more than he did in the Wolverine and in any other movie. He just keeps getting better with every movie. And I love this movie a lot. I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. It's one of those rare movies I get a 9 out of 10. I really enjoy this movie. What do you guys think of X-Men Days of Future Past? Comment below and let me know. Watch my other reviews of the X-Men movie franchise. And look out for my review of X-Men Apocalypse coming tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.